Welcome, Florida reviewers. Drawing on over 25 years of experience in educational technology, IXL has developed Takeoff, a core math curriculum built specifically for Florida. This program empowers teachers to adapt instruction in real time to meet the needs of every student. This brief video, along with the reviewer's guide available on the review site, will support you as you explore the curriculum. Your login credentials can be found in the reviewer's guide. Thank you for taking the time to review Takeoff by IXL. Once you log in, you will see the green navigation bar at the top of the page. All of your Florida Edition Takeoff resources are found on this Takeoff tab. You can easily navigate between grade levels by clicking on the white bar. I'm going to select first grade. Once on the first grade landing page, we can scroll down to see the entire scope and sequence for this grade level. Each Takeoff unit is built from the ground up and explicitly mapped to Florida's benchmarks and MTR standards. These are identified for each unit on the right-hand side. In each unit, the overview details what students are learning in that unit, as well as the number of days allotted so that the entire curriculum can easily be implemented within a typical Florida school year. The additional resources here at the bottom contain teacher guides, as well as a multilingual glossary for each grade level that is translated into Florida's 12 primary languages. Each word in the glossary includes a vocabulary definition, followed by an example. Let's navigate back to our first grade scope and sequence. To access any Takeoff unit, click the blue View Unit Outline button on the right-hand side. I'm going to click into Unit 4. Everything a teacher needs to teach this unit can be found here, providing an all-in-one core curriculum so Florida teachers never need to supplement their instruction. Let's start by looking at the resources at the top of the unit page. The Overview tab clearly displays the exact Florida benchmarks and MTR standards students will master, ensuring complete transparency and alignment with the best standards. You can hover over these to see detailed information. You'll also see a summary of what students will learn in this unit. The Objectives tab lists the unit's major and/or minor unit objectives, as well as the benchmarks that each objective addresses. The Instructional Context tab describes how the content in the unit fits coherently with other first grade topics, as well as its connection to content in previous and future grade levels. This provides teachers with a 360-degree view. On the left-hand side, as you're navigating, will be each of the lessons, assessments, including an end-of-unit test, and an added mid-unit check-in in longer units, and dedicated personalization days after every assessment to provide tailored recommendations for each student based on assessment results. Let's take a closer look at a Takeoff lesson. I'm going to click on Lesson 4.4. All Takeoff lessons align with Florida's instructional recommendations through the integration of MTRs, real-world application, and built-in differentiation tools. Similar to the format at the unit level, we start with goals, this time specific to this lesson. This includes the objective, aligned benchmarks and MTRs, and a Let's Discover that highlights the lesson's main takeaway in student-friendly language. As we look at the instructional context, we see how this lesson fits into the bigger picture of lessons around it. And finally, the Additional Supports tab provides resources to make math accessible to all students. This includes readiness skills to prepare students for the lesson. All of these skills are adaptive in nature and available in over 100 languages, with audio support for over 70 languages. Language tips are also provided at the lesson level to ensure that all learners can access and understand new mathematical concepts, including English language learners. As we scroll into the lesson, we'll find the Materials section. This contains all of the materials for the lesson, including printable resources, which can all be printed in either English or Spanish. You'll also find physical manipulatives listed here that are used in the lesson. All Takeoff lessons follow a consistent structure found here in the lesson outline. Each lesson will begin with instruction, followed by guided practice, and then independent practice. With Takeoff lessons, students are engaged in productive struggle from the start of the lesson, building students' growth mindset. Let's take a closer look at the instruction portion of the lesson, which begins with a warm-up. This activates students' prior knowledge and makes a connection between what students already know and what they are about to learn. Takeoff lessons empower teachers to deliver high-quality instruction each and every day. The detailed teacher notes highlight key vocabulary and understandings, identify common misconceptions to watch out for, and point out important details to surface during discussions as teachers facilitate meaningful discourse. These teacher notes also equip teachers to implement effective questioning strategies and address learning gaps early. We're also regularly using models and manipulatives like this number line to deepen students' conceptual understanding as they represent problems in multiple ways. Tips for support are available at point of use in the lessons. These provide concrete strategies to support struggling students. And anytime you see a gray box around a particular learning activity in any portion of the lesson, this is exactly what students see in their student workbook or on the printable lesson pages. The detailed teacher notes continue as we scroll through the lesson, and we also see that students have opportunities in every Takeoff lesson to actively participate in class discussions as they share and discuss their ideas in think and talk activities, like we see here with question 4. This allows students to construct arguments, develop mathematical language, and critique the reasoning of their peers. As we move into the guided practice portion of the lesson, we'll see additional tips for support, as well as ideas for extension. Ideas for extension provide enrichment activities to extend mathematical thinking. We'll continue to see those consistent models and a variety of diverse problem types, including non-routine problems, as we move through the lesson. The lesson problems include engaging real-world problems that directly address Florida's emphasis on authenticity of content. Independent practice on the lesson's key concepts is provided in the independent practice portion of the lesson. Online skill practice is adaptive in nature and available in over 100 languages with audio support for over 70 languages. I can easily click to translate this skill into, let's say, Spanish, and access the audio using the audio buttons.
¿Cuál muestra una manera de encontrar?
Students can also learn with an example, like we see here, and watch a quick video tutorial.
Let me show you how we can use 10 to subtract. We'll begin with 15 minus 8.
Let's go back to our lesson. If you're reviewing grades 3 through 5, you will also find written independent practice with spiral review in this section of the lesson. That is the structure of a Takeoff lesson. You'll see a consistent structure no matter what grade level you are reviewing. Each unit also has a dedicated review day. These are built in and give students the opportunity to put together everything they've learned before taking the end of unit assessment. This includes using the student book, online adaptive skill practice, as well as physical collaborative games. Once students have reviewed, they will take the end of unit test. Every unit includes tech-enhanced, benchmark-aligned assessments, efficiently measuring students' mastery of the unit's content. You'll see as you're reviewing that all units have an end-of-unit assessment, while some longer units have a mid-unit check-in, so that teachers can keep tabs on student progress. The data collected in these assessments automatically fuels those personalization days, providing actionable insights immediately following every assessment. The assessments can be administered online or printed in either English or Spanish. Students see a variety of problem types on the assessments, just like the Takeoff lessons. They are also supported with translation and audio support if they take the assessment online. Students in grades 3 and above will see open response items that require them to explain their thinking and justify their conclusions. And teachers can easily see what benchmark is aligned to each assessment question by hovering over the objective. This will automatically fuel a personalization day that transforms unit assessment data into the exact content each and every student needs to fill knowledge gaps or extend their learning. The first thing you'll want to look at is the quiz analysis report. This will give you additional insights into student performance, including a student performance graph, a more detailed breakdown of student scores, and a question review that will identify the most frequently missed questions. Here is the game changer. Teachers click on Go to Personalization Lesson, and Takeoff automatically groups students and provides targeted instruction based on which benchmarks they still need to work on. And it builds this into that scope and sequence. The personalization report also always provides an enrichment group for students that are ready to take their learning to the next level. For small group reteaching, teachers can click on this icon to start a group jam. This allows teachers to work with a small group of students on a set of questions together, while the teacher monitors in real time if the students are grasping the material. No more wondering what to do after an assessment with Takeoff's first of its kind personalization day. Teachers have automatic differentiation at their fingertips. Select personalization days also include Takeoff performance tasks, which are found at the very bottom of the personalization day. This allows students to engage in authentic activities that require them to synthesize their learning across multiple units. Teacher instructions and student worksheets are included. Please be sure as you're reviewing to also view the additional resources tab, which is at the bottom of the unit on the left-hand side. This page provides a variety of activities for extra practice and spiral review. This tab also includes the family letters that help bridge the gap between school and home, giving families a clear understanding of their child's math learning, practical examples of concepts being taught, and specific ways to support and extend learning at home. These are available for every unit in Takeoff in English, Spanish, Haitian Creole, and Portuguese. At the top of the unit page, while you're reviewing, you can toggle easily between the instructor and the student view. As you continue to explore and review Takeoff, please utilize the reviewer's guide for additional information. With Takeoff by IXL Florida Edition, every teacher can teach math effectively to students with a wide range of needs. All students get the personalized instruction they need while mastering Florida's benchmarks at all times. And families can actively support their child's math education through comprehensive multilingual resources. Thank you for taking the time to explore how Takeoff by IXL brings Florida's math vision to life through continuously differentiated and authentic learning experiences.